Thank you, everyone. Today we have a full house. One of a big U-turn team talking about very excellent topic. So, teach all personal development and self-care. A very important topic. So we really appreciate you as the team that has joined a big room today. So I wait to introduce. But for people who don't know, we have two new members. Unknown Majuk all the way from Ghana. She's a university student at CSC. We also have Kuruton all the way from Rwanda, and Dorcas from Rwanda, Paul Philip in Canada, Ottawa, and Alakir in Canada, Vancouver. So welcome for the viewers. Five people already join us. We thank you. Today we are back on the U-Turn Show. It's a platform, as you know it, that celebrate and advocate for women empowerment, for youth empowerment, for empowerment through information, storytelling, dialogue, entrepreneurship, innovation, and all the things that bring people together and change the society. So we are here as change agent, change advocate, and today's topic is very, very important. Before we dive into the topic, which we will start soon, I want to acknowledge that as we are still in the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. We want to acknowledge those people that are, that are survivors of this gender violence. Both ways, abuse, they are abuse either at home, at work, and in political space, and even in educational spaces. So we recognize those who have gone through these challenges, the survivors, and we stand with you in solidarity. And this conversation is also aligned to that. We want people to be, self empowered so that they can have tools to support them go to this violence and abuse in our society. We can combat with strength. So back to the topic. The topic today is personal development. It's a very loaded topic. Biran gonna jala wari, but I can't bagol. Yang I think I need to chapter na bagol yinda la kerin Kenya in the room. The big girls. That topic. I want you to talk about what does personal development mean for you, before I say mine, and you pass it on to someone that question or answer. Thank you. And if you find this conversation interesting, we'll call that and share because we want to reach as many people as possible to join this movement of self-empowerment. So Alaki, take over.
Absolutely. Thank you, Korean Pin.
Yes.
Okay, so personal development. Um, Over the years at Girnangan, it has changed, but I think all of us can relate to that point where you feel stuck. You wake up, you still do your daily motions. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you go to school, you do your studies in the evening, you go to bed. But somehow you feel like life is not moving to the direction you want it to go, right? And I think that's where personal development is. So I think it's any and every activity you do to move you towards where you want to be, and be it your aspirations, be it your dreams, be it your goals. Personal development is what you do to get there. And personally, it's sitting down and figuring it out. So if personal development is I want to be better, I want to get to a certain point of my life, what should I do today? And most of that is inner work. How do you build your resilience? Um, how do you take care of your emotions? How do you take care of your physical body? How do you take care of your finances such that when changes happen, when the motion comes, you could still stay on course and be on the path that you want to be. Um, so, for example, somebody can say, at the end of the year, I want to be able to develop this habit. Depending, is a habit of writing, journaling every day. How do I make sure the journaling every day become a habit? Courage Raj talks about the power of habit a lot, and I think that is I think he's really good at explaining what habits are and whatnot. But like personal development is changing your daily habits to make sure they align with what you need for yourself in the future. So I would sit down and say, okay, I wake up every day, I spend this much time here. For example, I spend maybe 5 hours on my phone, and I say, okay, if my future self look back to me and see that I spend this 5 hours on my phone not doing something productive or tangible, will I be happy? Will I be okay and at peace with what I'm doing right now? So it's sort of like sitting, being the judge and being the culprit in your own daily habits, and trying to hold yourself accountable. But at the same time, the flip side is giving yourself grace. It can get to a point that you're really hard on yourself, that when you do a little mistake, you try to, how do I say this? Imitate the reward and punishment system you get as a child. Now, jack and watch, you'll get salt. That's how we are brought up. So, as an adult, if I hadn't had a completely successful day, I'll be like, okay, then I'll not eat a dessert today. I'll not have my favorite chocolate, or I'll not have my favorite candy. But how about you treat yourself as a friend? If your friend has done a mistake, how do you normally react to that? So just the balance between making sure you're on your daily habits, making sure you're on your goals, but at the same time giving yourself the grace and being a friend to yourself, because if it goes too far, you become an enemy to yourself and it's downhill again. I don't know if it makes sense, but so far that's what I think of personal development.
Thank you so much. That is excellent. That is excellent. I don't know, Peter. Good. What does personal development mean to you?
Yeah, I think it is really an interesting topic to talk about. And coming from, I started my school in Matiang, uh, back in the village, up to the point where I come to Bor town, from Bor to Nimili, from Nimili back again to Bor, and out of South Sudan, right? I think, and I've learned a lot from there. So to me personally, Lonian personal development understanding, I think, is a lifelong process of improving myself. How do I improve myself mentally, emotionally, and also professionally? So, and it is about, for me, setting goals and also learning from the challenges that I've been enduring, and also consistently trying to strive to better myself, to be better than I was yesterday. Right. And so, for example, I didn't know how to speak in front of people. I didn't know how to write comprehensively. I also don't know how to, make friends. And most of the time, I used also to sleep and wake up very late. I do most of my things at the last minute, and also, uh, and academically, sometimes I don't perform well in class. And so when I look into those, and how do I really define myself? How do I want to grow in the next 5 years? How do I want to make sure that I improve in the next academic year? Right. So I have to set my goals and say that, okay, I want to make sure that all the subjects that all the courses that I'm taking, I should have 85s and above. Right. And so I want to be a leader. How do I make that? So I have to make sure that I'm a good public speaker. How do I learn? I have to make sure that I attend different courses, and also attend, uh, like meet with people, get feedback, right? So, and also read, so that I could be able like to learn more, right? And seek mentorship. So so when I set my goal that I want to perform well academically, I have to read more. I have to seek for feedback from my peers, and also my lecturers, and also read. Right? If I want to be a leader, what are the things? What are the traits of being a leader? I need to be really good public speaker. I want to be someone who is really good at actions to persuade people so that they can be able to work. Someone who could be able to build people around themselves. So personal development for me, it is way too beyond how I thought it was. Is being able to build myself mentally, emotionally, and being able to learn from the challenges that I've been enduring, so that I could be able to better myself from who I was yesterday into who I want to be tomorrow. Right. So that's where I can be able to define it. And what shows it is that when I went to ALA, which is in South Africa, I've never been involved in what we so called public speaking, debate in school. And so when I went into the classes, people were talking, and there was they were really brilliant because these are students from different part of Africa. And I was like, how can I talk now? Right? And some of the students were really so good, right? Were really good. And if someone I was like, okay, can I talk? No, maybe they will laugh at you, right? So I always control myself. I have that kind of sense. And so, and I was reported to my and I was reported to my advisor. So my advisor sat down with me and said, cool, what is going on? I was like, sometimes, I don't have the confidence to stand up and express my point and being able to be part of the room. It seemed like people will laugh at me, or what I will say might not correspond with what people are talking about, right? And it was like, no, you are good, right? You were not selected here to be here for no reason. There was a reason why you were selected, and so that gave me a confidence, and that I pick it up from there, that confidence, and I use it to my advantage, right? Next day in the class, right? What she said that first of all, before you speak, you take a deep breath, right? Write down your point so that you are speaking according to things that you have written, right? And from there, now I can speak in front of people. I could be able to dive into a good conversation um, that is thought provoking, and that's where I think the growth comes in. So the first thing that I will say is in personal development is first believe in yourself, right? And try to picture who you want to be and how can I really get there. This is where you have to be growing every day. So where I want to get there need goals. So how can I achieve those goals? So you can't achieve goals at the same time. You achieve goals step by step so that you could be able to get to the point where you want to. So that's how I define self-development, or what we call self-improvement. So we improve every now in and out. And so, yeah, I think that's, maybe I might not be defining the whole context of it, but that's how I understand it from my perspective. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That is a great perspective. And you see, you were reminded me, like, I used to be very intimidated on you and Canada. And I will even tell you that actually, cool one. You walk from refugee camp, you can go because they go on vacation every now and then they talk big things. Why, yeah, in business school. And they will talk about they went on Poland, they went different part of the world, and I will be saying, well, I went to Port Jesus. I never went to I will find ways to, to try to fit in, but it's very intimidating. And when you build yourself, you will end up finding ground and confidence and end up. So personal development, it's a great thing. And the way you have used it in your own life, it's very empowering. And so we call that folding. Thank you so much from joining from Kakuma. I hope you find this conversation very useful and getting some tools and strategies within Karokwa Masi, our U10 member. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Please share this one as we speak today. I don't know where do I go. Look like unknown. You are smiling. Take over. What does this mean to you? Take it away.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, first of all. It's actually a privilege to be here because I'm one of those people who really shy up, and it's not that I don't have what I have to say, but that you have that fear. We are birds of the same feathers with Peter actually. And when we try to narrow down to personal development, it's a broad term actually, and it can be subjective at some point. And It depends actually. In this context, I may not say it's not subjective because we will find a common ground afterward. So personal development in my perspective is being authentic. It's like trying to find something that you love so much, trying to brand yourself, trying to be distinctive from others. And when I say being authentic simply means that you I just overnight fear of being judged arrogance because it's something that you love so much. And when you love something is what you do at your best. Because if you're lawyer people. So when we say personal development is like yeah you maybe spiritual perspective. Anya Balong written when I pray like eagerly, that's when I find peace again. Coming to emotional aspect is how do I manage my emotions? This will take us to like, do you make judgment based on your emotions, or do you like critically sit down and see how impactful is that? Maybe you're in a terrible situation and is somehow maybe it's something that when you maybe if you're not critical enough, a little bit yin maybe like a little bit you will regret in the long run. So it's like personal development is more of being authentic to yourself, doing something that really resonates well with you. Me, I was that shy person, and the school I is that school where you have to do something because everything amounts to what actually will come out. So the impact is all on you, and if you don't concentrate, it's all up to you. So what will you do afterward? You have to sit down and see. Some of the things can be overwhelming, yes, but how do you handle it? That comes to your mental, like your mental well-being. So when we say personal development, how do you manage your mentality? How do you manage your physical fitness? How do you manage your spirituality? Likewise your social life. So how I may say me, I was like introvert, but when when I realized that being alone Achahinda from some of the things. It can be maybe problem solving strategies because the more you're exposed to the more you know like other people's lives, the more benign strategies balloon from them and you can apply in your daily living because you will not be alone. Even to the outside world and you need to like as you share with different people from different backgrounds, and how will you handle them? You need to have you need to have problem solving strategy. At the same time, it's like when you socialize with people, you really get to know everywhere in their life. You really understand. You know maybe as human beings or maybe like how do you feel when you're with other people? So is that's the social the social aspect of it. Coming to maybe spirit like physical aspect of maybe development is like yeah, you can rest, but rest will not impact you. Sometimes I really wonder when they say you need to have enough rest. When I have assignment, I have pieces that like everything is just abstract, and they are telling me to rest. Moreover, rest will not make me. Yeah, I can be mentally sober, but it's not something impactful. It won't impact me in the long run. You see. So how do you like? What do you really make of it? You can go for physical exercise. You see something maybe in a chaloy kind of you relief and you become sober whereby you can pick up and do something you get. So when we say personal development, it's like working on yourself, like picturing yourself. What do you want to achieve in the long run, and how will you achieve it? That's when you consider these five aspects of life, and you try to sit down and see what really yung really resonate very well. Can but that by you. So to me, personal development is more of being authentic, like doing something that resonates well with you. Kujala, maybe try to be yourself. And it's one thing that I've been telling some of the people. Try to be yourself. You cannot go. Me is like the method you work out can Peter will not apply to me. Yeah, because one a different preference. So let's try like we'll try we are ourselves means a lot and what to define you what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, which are what we're going to define. The problem with us actually I'm sorry to say this. Let me say the females. It's like most of us we battle like with different cells. But what you battle can like the inner us, like the intrinsic aspect of our lives. I really battle with. So it's like when I see maybe Dorcas is actually she's smart. Let's say internally she dressed so well. She's a fashionist. So I'll be like, oh, I think I have to be like Dorcas. Besides that, Dorcas is also smart in class. So what will I say? Maybe anybody, she dressed so nice, and I have to maybe pick up from what I can see physically before I go to maybe the internal part. See. So it's like I don't know what I want. I did not define the true me before maybe when but maybe yeah, we can learn from others, but does it mean that you need to copy them? No, you cannot. You can learn from them. So if we really know what we want, we can be able we can become some like people who are like having mental health, like social life doing just fine, like physical fitness is okay, and you keep yourself on track using like those things. Thank you very much. That's all I can say. And yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I have been just smiling. I want to interrupt. Like my heart is booping, booping. I know. Adina Go, who is also a champion for authenticity, is shouting down there, is applauding you unknown. You have said amazing things, and we are all inspired. And for those who don't know, unknown is actually a girl child education activist and advocate all the way. She is based in Ghana, and thank you for all this empowerment. Talking about rest, I was there was a time I was just dealing. I know little two girls under two, and I was saying one day that I'm tired, and then one of my mentors said that I was telling her I'm tired and I need to rest. Golwe wrote that we will all eventually rest. Okay, your rest in peace is waiting for us. And so that thing changed my mind about the concept of rest, and you have just said very well that what do you mean by rest. When you can rest while reading, that is resting. You can rest while going for a walk, that's part of self-development. And also you are resting, relaxing your body. You can rest while you are dancing, some making a yeah so that we are physically fit. That is rest. So what does rest mean? So thank you so much. And Paul, Pima Jack, thank you for contributing to the conversation in the chat. I like all the things that you are putting down there, and empowering people with tools and ideas, and reason why self-development is actually a big topic in our community. You well say that, one of a lot of intergenerational trauma for South Sudanese because of history of war and sometimes water in flight mode. And, sitting down and actually realizing who we are and being self-authentic, Chiano Luele very important, a core, a foundation of self-development. And when Angin Dorcas, Yara Ten is joining all the way from Australia, and they work up and so we do need it, no Leo. So about an opportunity before I come to you. So yeah, what about this topic of self-development, your personal development, and we want to hear your perspective before you go back to sleep. What does it mean to you, and and how do you apply it in your own life? And people down there continue the conversation and share the message. Over to you, Yad.
Oh, thank you. Could I learn which akamot? But thank you to you. Um, well, thank you for the topic. The topic will go in circles because when it comes to personal development, most of our objectives are always in link. So, what I can take about, what I can contribute tonight about personal development, I can put it in two ways. I'll talk about two things, 2 points. Like for me, I can define it as like personal development can be objective, being objective, and I think most of your speakers talk about it. And I can say it can also be holistic development. What I mean about being objective is like you have your plans for the day or for the year or for the month, like how most of your speakers put it before. Being objective is like when you need to achieve certain goals, such as other person can be education, other person can be life, such as materialistic things or job and many others and so on. And when it comes to holistic, I think mostly the holistic development is all we need and it's very crucial, very important than the rest, because I know most of our objective got a lot of obstacle. You can start it, you can achieve, maybe you can have like 5 of them, but you will achieve 2 and the rest you will start it, and then most of obstacle come in and then they block your way. But there's nothing goes wrong when you try, so you can fall and go. That's how life is. But what we need mostly, I can say holistic development is very important, because this is where this is where we grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally. For you to achieve your objective, you need to be strong, holistic. So that's what I can contribute to you, because like, for example, if you grow spiritually, I think most of the people don't like it, because some of the people don't believe in God and so on. But it's important. If you have a certain belief that if you pray, you will get this one. Because some of the people have testimonies, are very, very important testimonies. And how do you get all those testimony? Like when you pray, they always say like, you can pray under your tree, under your bed, wherever you are, you can ask God and God can answer you. So to those who believe in God and those who believe in whatever spiritual while you are in, if you are strong spiritually, there's a certain belief. You say, if I kneel down today and pray, I will get it, and you'll get it, and you'll come and testify that I got this one. The same to mentally, which is very important. You can't do without mental stability. If you grow mentally, mostly it's like you take life the way it is. If you decide to take life the way it is, you are prepared mentally that for example, you are planning to, maybe let's say, for example, you are in school, right? And you are at a certain stage that you are almost finishing your course, and then a big obstacle came in. For example, it might be health issues, it might be financial issues, it might be other commitment that need your attention, mostly that will make you stop your course and go and look after them. That one can affect you mentally. But if you are prepared mentally that, yes, I can achieve all this, I will deal with this emergency now, and then afterward, I'll go back to school. You can achieve both. You will help the emergency, and you will go back to school later on. So that one, it needs your mental state stability. So if you grow mentally, you will deal with all that normally without any effect on you. But some people, if you are not mentally prepared, or you have not grown mentally, you will say like, oh, my studies, the emergencies and all this. This is where most of the people lost their mind and get into depression mode. You see? But if you prepare mentally, you are good to go with them. And you cannot, this is where mostly it affects people who always have this competitive life. You know what I mean? Most of the people lead competitive life. So they will be like, oh, I supposed to finish with a qual, and right now I will remain 2 years back later. Maybe I will come back 2 years or 5 years. You know, life takes us. It might be you think that you can get distracted forever, or you can be just distracted for a few years doing that one. So mostly, if it is a competitive person that is not prepared, because you know, we have different shoe size. Life is like a shoe size. So mostly, if you know that a qual can wear different shoe size, I can wear different shoe size, it will be easier for you to deal with life obstacle. You know, you will deal with this one, you will balance them, and you said, I'll do it, and you can achieve it because your mindset is fixed. If your mindset is fixed, whatever emergency come, you will still achieve whatever you have planned for that time. Physically growth. Physically growth is important, because if you are not physically fit, mostly it will hinder all your all your work, because physical feed, it contribute, it's like they are interconnected, like how the books always get interconnected. So everything is connected to the other one. That's how life is. Life is a circle, it's a growing curve. So if you are physically fit, it will evaluate your mental health, and it will evaluate your health, your overall health, let me put it that way. So, and when you grow that way, you will be good to go with life. That's what I can say about personal development. And if you are mentally fit, you are physically fit, and so on, that's whereby your objective gets successful. Because all your objective, if it is school, you will do it better. If it is work, you will make good money. You will buy whatever you want to buy. So there's so many ways of growing. It's a huge topic, but we can't break it down. We can break it down the way the other girls and my brothers break it down. We break it in short, but there's a lot. One word can be explained a lot. It's a huge, because it's our life anyway. Because personal development, you can grow financially, as I did say before. Oh, Alakir, sorry, Alakir, Adit is not here. So growing financially, mostly when you need to grow financially, the first thing you need to do is job. You need a good paid job. And if you need a good paid job, you need to know how to manage your money. Money management is very important. And if you know how to manage your money, that's whereby you can achieve all your finances. So and if you want to grow academically, you can also it will need your finance also, because there are some stuff academically that need money, because everything circle around money. So there's a lot anyway, but I can put those few words, I can define it in those two. My dear, is being objective and having holistic development. That's all I could say for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yada. What a commitment to join from Australia at this time of the day at night. If not the passion to impact our people and our community positively. Thank you so much for your insight. And I agree with you 100% that holistic approach to life is the key of self-development, and how you do that personally, you all have to have your objective plans for your life. That's a key to your personal development. Thank you, Dorcas, to say what personal development mean to you before we move to the next topic. And thank you so much, Thomas, and all of you, Lisa Did, who are contributing in the chat. I'm reading all your comments, and please, I'm excited that you are partaking in this conversation, which is very useful. Tell us what self-development means to you in the chat, and we'll definitely share it with the rest. So, Dorcas, over to you.
Okay, hi. Hoping
Yeah, still very clear.
Okay. Anyway, like what you done we talk and touch all the points of what we understand by personal development. So, like for me, the same way like Peter has defined before, like okay, a process of doing things that you aim at improving yourself, or things that you do that you think that they can improve yourself. And okay, like for me, what I understand when it comes to self-development or personal development, so for you to improve yourself or develop yourself, so to first begin with knowing yourself and who you are and what you want, like what is your passion, what do you love, and so, but like before you want to understand, or before you want to develop yourself, you have to first know yourself, who you are and what you want, what are your passion. And so when we come to thing we love or passion, it is always hard. Chan banyi do you're gonna go be participating in your life, or go in or be life will be building, or to take part in it sometime. Okay, someone says you're not talking Dinga. Okay. The reason why I was speaking in Dinga is that because most of our audience are our community people. So it's okay, I can shift. Yeah. So when like for me when it comes to personal development, so I has to first understand my passion and what I want. So and in fact like to know more about yourself or self-awareness. And this is where you come to the point of knowing your strength, your weakness, like what are you good at, what don't you do well. So and by the time you understand what you are good at and what you love, like for me, I think like thing to do with woman empowerment, seeing other girl getting better and well has been everything in my mind. So and okay, since I was young, I did not really know how I can do it, but I'm not happy because I'm in a community that love the same thing like the way I love it, and I feel like yeah, all what I've been dreaming and what I love to contribute to is now coming to reality. So for me, when it comes to self development, I have to understand my strength. Like what do I do best? Like Kuru said before, can I speak well in public? Can I convey a message to others well? Can I speak good English? Like, let me say, when we were in school those days, there were students that were good in English, some were good at math, some were good at science. So, and if you are someone who is willing to learn, like for me, like, okay, let me say, from P1, P2, P3, I was not good. I was not that good at math. But when when my dad took me to his school and said that I'm poor at math, so from people up to now, at least, I can say I'm among those who can do something in math. So, and that has been because I've been developing it, right? And also when it comes to self-development, when you understand your strength and your weakness and also your passion. And let me say, like, if someone asks me what is your passion and what do you like, it's really hard to understand and get the point of what you like. But okay, like when you want to know what you love and what you like, you can always sit down in your quiet place and think of the activities that when people do them, you feel happy, right? You feel happy, and let me say, or the topic people discuss and you feel like you want to participate in, then you realize that's what you love and that's what you like. And when you come to school, there's that subject, even though it is hard for you, you feel like you want to know it. That's what you love. So, and when it comes to self-development, we need to know what we like and what we love. Okay, it can align with your career when you are in school. Let me say I'm doing medicine, and yes, I love, that's why I'm doing it. So, and that's my passion. I want to be treating people, I want to be a good doctor. So I have to do everything to be best doctor, right? So, and when it comes to mission does not mean your career. That's how I got it, and that's how I am taught. Does not mean if I'm doing, let me say I'm not doing software, so I must do something doing software. Mission is something that I love out there to contribute in the world. We have a lot of things in the world that are happening now. So, and like something that you want to contribute to, it can be thing to do with healthcare, regardless of your career, right? And if you love anything to do with healthcare, or you want people in your community to be healthy, so then you can have a project, or you can always have a talk in it. Like for me now, I love things to do with women empowerment. That's my mission, and all that I'm going to do, regardless of my career, will always be learning with that. So by the time you realize what you love and what you like, right, then now you'll be able to develop yourself well. You'll put a thing that the point and the step that are going to make you reach your point. So and as you guys have said before, that for you to develop yourself, there are many areas that can help you to contribute to your self development, like mentally, spiritually, socially, physically, and also financially. Okay, when it comes to self development, especially mentally, for you to develop yourself, or most especially mentally, you have to read a lot of books, right? So that you feed your mind with the knowledge, especially the current knowledge that the world is based in right now. Because we are in a world whereby everything changes with time. So you have to update yourself with, especially read a lot of books, and go to the communities of your interest that always have the topic of your interest. and update yourself what is the current thing that is available at that time. So the side that you will be updated mentally, right? So when we talk about mentally, we have to feed our mind with the information and also to have rest our mind, right? So and we have to take break and rest so that you should be mentally okay. And you have to feed your mind with the information, especially the current information. You can also do a lot of books. I read a lot of books. Like Aqual has done a video recently. You should do a lot of courses so that you update yourself in your course or in the field of your interest. So when it comes to socially, so socially is just a way that of us controlling our mind, let me say our thoughts, and also our emotion, feelings, pressure. So like let me say you have a lot of pressure, you feel like you're not in the same place, you're always stressing yourself. So you have to get a supportive community that should put you in the right way. Because even though you are trying to develop yourself, but you are not emotionally okay, or your emotional way or part is not well, it will really distract the way that you can develop yourself. So emotionally, you have to get a supportive community that is having the same interest as you to always do that. And let me say, when you have stress, mostly let me say school stress, you have to break down your assignment, so that you should not be overwhelmed and fear like you put yourself under pressure. So you have to have a goal and plan so that you manage your thing right and you find yourself you're on the right track. So when you come to social is kind of the network that you have, like let me say, because as a human being in this life, you have to have people that are with you, and that's why we said find your passion first, something that you love. Yes, such that you'll be in that community and you'll be supported in that community. So you have to have friends, you have to have family. Like today in the world today, you can see most of the people when you get problem, you have to just decide something like let me say commit suicide or kill yourself. But when you have a supportive community, or let me say friend, someone that you always reach out when you have problem, and you discuss and you talk about it, right? So then at the end, you will be helped socially, yes, and you have a platform or community that is having the same interest with you, and you'll find yourself that you are progressing. So when we talk about socially, it's kind of the relationship we have and the community, the supportive community that we are in. So when I talk to the physically involved about your, let me say, the exercise you do to feel fit. Yes, for you to develop yourself, you have to be fit. Like you cannot be someone who is big, like you have grown big to the extent that even it is not good for your health, and really it will distract you. So you have to be fit, and being fit will also involve things that you eat, like nutrition, nutrition and exercise that you do. So then then you will maintain your physical being, and you'll find yourself you are getting to your goals, or you are shipping. So that's what I can say about that. When it comes to financially, it is like always having goal to have freedom, especially when it comes to money or supporting yourself financially. So when we come to the point of personal development, really mean a lot. Like most of us have talked about it, but what I can summarize in there is that these are the things that we do daily in our life to promote ourselves, and with the aim of fulfilling our mission or passion, and also achieving our dream. The dream can be education, the dream can be something that you love and you want to promote it, or you want to take part in it. And a lot of things. The dream can be having business. You need to own a business. So then you have to get a community, or a supportive community that is for those that are having businesses, and to help you to grow in that. If the dream is education, then in your education field, or in the school, let me say like us who were in high school, yeah, you cannot be good in everything, but you have to be in that community, in that supportive community of something that you are aiming to achieve, so that you should be helped and you support mentally, socially, economically, and everything. Yes, that's what I can say here about what has the word personal development meant to me.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you, thank you. I actually like take away one very critical piece there, that always you need to have a backup, and community of like-minded people should be your always backup. And that is why we are all here today. Why community of like-minded? Why brothers and sisters in our interest and passion and advocacy? And that is why you are here, and I, to get inspired. And we are your backup. We got your back. So, could ever yedin by no when no ideas of Ben Yal, feel free to jump in and on, and also Alakir before we
Yeah,
move on, because a lot of things are happening. Open
yeah,
discussion.
yeah. Thank you for having me, giving me a chance again. I've seen a lot of people talking in the chat, and they are giving us some good opinions as well, and we are learning from there. And so the reason why I want to go back and try to talk on some of the things that I've talked about before, in South Sudan, and I've worked with a lot of young people, right? I've tried to train a lot of young people, and even trying to help them in making sure that they apply for opportunities. But there is one thing that people don't know. Everyone, for example, everyone want to become rich, right? But everyone also want to become, like, they want to go to good schools, they want to travel around the world, and also some people want to be leaders. But the first thing that is really confusing is that people don't know who they are. And what I mean about that is that they don't know what they are lacking and what they are capable of, right? And there is no way you could be able, like, to grow without knowing yourself. If I want to apply, maybe let me say I'm applying to Canada to certain university. Maybe I know how to write, all right? Let me say I know how to write, but I don't know how to do research to get a good school that I can apply to, that I'm fit on. Maybe I don't know how to write, and I want to go there, right? So I'm saying I want to go there, but I don't know how to write. So, and that thing might require essays. So the first thing I would like to highlight here is that getting to know who we are, which is our identity. And that's where we have to understand that what am I capable of and what am I not capable of. And so if I'm capable of something, I could be able, like, to make good use of that, take advantage of that. If I'm not capable of something, how can I learn, right? Where can I learn this, and how can I learn? Right? Those are the most important things. So personal development starts from how we consume things, right? And also where we consume things and people we associate ourselves with. I want to be, let me say I want to be a leader. Let me say I want to be a president. So who are the type of people that I should associate with? Which kind of resources? Let me say resources that I should be able, like, I need. What type of things should I consume, right? And which it means, like, reading, right? And being able, like, to interact with people and being able, like, to take some of the courses, right? That's really important. So for me, the reason why I want to bring it back there, some people don't know themselves, and you want to just get there. Like, I will set up a business, or I want to become rich, but I don't know what it takes to run a successful business. I don't know what it takes to make more money, but I just need more money without knowing that. I think that's something that we should have to learn when we know ourselves, and something that we are not capable of, then we have to learn those. And so that's what allowed us to first do what? Set goals. So I want to set this goal, right? I want to have, like, own 1 million, let me say, I want to earn 1 million by the end of 2030, right? So what are the goals? That is the vision. So what are the goals that should I set up? I put up some goals. When I set up the goals, now, if something might require, how can I learn this, to do that, and how can I be able, like, to implement it? So having that clear things could really impact us a lot. So the main important thing in self-improvement is what we call self-identity. Let me understand myself first and know what I'm capable of, so that I could be able, like, to learn that. And so that's what I can highlight of that. You cannot learn anything or improve anything when you don't know yourself. First, get to know yourself, what you are capable of and what you are not capable of, so that you can make good use of every resources within you. But yeah, thank you.
No, yeah, you take up a million and thank you, Mercy and Denmark. When you got a chat, you know what, jam English, could you mix and match on this platform. We want to reach many Dinka speakers as possible, and also put in English to reach others who may catch glimpse of what the U-turn is. And you actually highlight very important message there, Inko. Like if you want to achieve something, you need to know what you lack. So I really love it. I really love it because it's all, you have to know what you want. And it's not enough to know what you want. You have to know yourself. Are you capable? It's very powerful. I know the Lord in the by the Bella Dina, my question and jump to Lulan, self development, but the aqua board when you think, is that not your goal?
No, yeah, is yeah. You actually walked in the acting in a good Burabsha. All we have done. So it's like one of the thing, everything is just revolving around maybe knowing ourselves, like knowing what we really want, knowing who we are, and all stuff. So one thing, Kubalwell is something I thought it wasn't pinpoint, but a kind of pinpoint, like to every girl outside there watching us live. One thing I want to tell you is like not embracing some of the misconceptions because like in our community actually one thing could you go first actually go in is like there are some of the misconceptions you can embrace and we try to live by them or which are you with them like to get out of that zone but it's not why because we assume manadi are you perceive manadi they say that maybe I'm a girl and they say that you can be successful, but not that much. Even really, yeah. And I'll be like, oh, they once said maybe I'll be successful, but not that much. So it's like I'll be said limiting myself, not knowing that there are some of the capabilities that I have, but I can't manifest. Why? Because I think some of the like misconceptions are getting embraced. And when I try to put down all my goals, it's like I try to align them with the misconception like with how they first define me personally. So it's like when we we are personally develop, we need to get rid of misconceptions. Human we have to sit down and see what will which ladder will I use for me to get there. So yeah, reading comes in. You have to read because for you to be mentally like developed, you need to read books so that your brain muscles become very strong. You need to involve yourself in maybe training sessions. You need to also attend workshops and get some of the soft skills being maybe beside your professionalism. So those are the kind of things. So we shouldn't limit ourselves and we shouldn't embrace some of the misconceptions. They say, hey, you're doing computer science, you're in the world of technology, and remember coding is very hard. It's not hard because if you can do it, why not me? I can. So it's like in my community, particularly, we have some of the misconception whereby we try to embrace them, and when we make our goals, when we try to set some of the dreams we want to achieve, we try to make them in alignment with those misconceptions, and they will not lead us in like Abu Achi will lead to what like the future we want pictured because we try to maybe you think our future is just somehow there, but we haven't reached to that extent. So that's what I wanted to add, and thank you very much.
Yeah, I guess it's my turn. I am definitely dreaming of backyard wingboard, but wing which is for me. So I went to determine my account and forget about it. I put in just as much work to be who I am today as my parents and my caregivers. So when you're there, yeah, you have to advocate for yourself. That is the point. You can dream with your wingboard, but really, who's getting the wingboard? Wingboard being konyedi. Kogjor, kulor, but Bella broke pandu. Joyanga emuchiedi. Um, Talking about taking a holistic look at your life. and this specifically is for women. We don't talk about it, but let me just say, your reproductive system has a lot of influence on your physical and spiritual health, okay, and mental health. So Nairan, when Banyu Pin Balu journal take into account everything going on within your body, we are not properly informed on how it affects our systems. The school was built for boys. I didn't know when function at the same level as a boy every single day, 30 days a month, 7 days a week. So getting to when we come to getting to know ourselves, get to know yourself as a woman. You know, you come during your period, and period is not just the 7 days of menstruation, it's the whole thing. Every single week is different, and how that looks like can help you build your productivity around your cycle. And I'm just learning this, and I wish I knew it way long time ago, because here Aloy is, you would say, okay, this week I'm gonna learn, you beat yourself up. You didn't know that different hormones have been released into your body, and they're affecting your mental capacity, they're affecting your physical capacity, they're affecting your level of productivity, that a achievable man would achievable way effect. So when you take account of your life, you take account of who you are, you want to define your identity. Kuyenya, you're a woman, you have different sets of hormones going crazy in your body. And if the sooner you start to plan your to-do list, or things you do, or the nature of work you do throughout the month, the better you will be able to optimize when you're able to perform well. Kaka physically demanding, when you are not physically in the right capacity, you will give yourself grace that, okay, maybe cool and will work out at gym because I have a lot of pain. Maybe cooler, I will not do this mentally taxing thing because I'm in a lot of pain. So yeah, yin take some time and read about menstruation, not in the textbook. That textbook was written by a man. Find a book written by a woman and read about menstruation. Is what I wanted to add. Thank you.
No, your endorsement, you ten and Thomas, well, you another Nile giant in a lucky. I think in Niraka Kunya, and I'm happy to bear that. Especially dowry, most of young girls, they aspire to bring dowry to their parents. But they don't know that dowry comes with string attached, and Ben Angin Yada in the Bella, and I'm happy that you are here in by Yen. But in line with the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, which women are majority affected, of course, men are but I want to talk about that. so, so you grow up to be a good girl and get your personal goal. But a very beautiful. You need nine no minute being in dab baba do. Koku e bi go you will you malala don't get it. You love and you can cook it. You can get to in on being in on the low use. Eva jala no hardship. And that hardship comes with abuse too, because if I cannot develop ancient capacity, can be young, and that is why personal development is good for everyone, and especially women are could seriously, because when women we're kind of problem because society how we're kind custodian ke. And I don't want to say checking because I learned. I was reading another book and said just being a man alone is a challenge. So, so we could have been the end of all. What does that mean? But I'm that being a woman a challenge because and I know by age 12 or age 13, which I did your problem. Anything to step alone can cost your life, entire life. Because when about non fun, when we look at role and those who drop out of school in your mother, you in be aru, you know, when let me tell you for free, it's not easy. And anti our anti did you know did to the and it is very hard for me and just you da in 19 years 15 years ku jay ti ak ba jalu deal when night shift when met at night the whole day, so many things in motherhood. But if you take time to develop yourself first, which these young ladies will tell you, and which Kuru is also telling you, that develop yourself first. Know who you are, what you want, and how to want it, and what to do. That is why we are having this lecture today. And also, Nambia too. It's good. With those who aspire to be homemakers, a good goal. To be a homemaker is a worthy goal. It's a worthy goal, Balonamo. You also want to be a husband, who want to be a father and take care of home. So your job is to make sure you don't bring a lot of problem from outside. Ninja tiang lao nyo je mo tu no ku din mit ku mo mit ku mo je la lu hustle outside ku le kang ba che mo la lu hustle outside ku le kang te side chicks. Side chicks. So that one where work they need self development because get your self control to any guilt from other issues but like you outside. Part of developing yourself spiritually is that by clean in your spiritual life, right? And spiritually, you a lot of multiple partners in different spirit. Tell you go, your spirit become confused, and so don't want to go away from the topic. But I can't bag a jan in bag a jala lati and my goal right now, I'm also being a good woman. I can't think quite, but I think what I want that thing quite. But I'm talking Canada, I think quantum. I want but how do I actually become a relevant fan? Can I be a fan? Can I be thin community do I serve? And that thing it doesn't have to be physical. You can support people or communities. I'm supporting U-turn community. That is not in community. I think what? I'm thinking U-turn. So there are so many ways that you can define your realities. But Annabella do damage. I just want to share those ideas, and I know please take it away. But before then, the next person, look about then I'll come back to the table. Yeah, take it away.
Okay. And I could until when I just give my points very quick. I take actual without good explanation because man, I thought she bedaila ni and go without explanation being a jala kori. So, but right now she went to sleep. I got a newborn baby and you wake you at this time. So she went to sleep, which is good. So I just want to come and do quick recap about what I said before, but there too, because I need to talk about the challenges that are affecting self-development. In which when I just state what does it mean, but I need to talk about the challenges that are affecting personal development. So what I would say is, like for example, you guys bring a good example of dowries. Dowries are part of challenges in our life as a Dinka and the rest of the people that pay bride price. Because most of girls, for example, the educated girl like you guys on the screen, most of the people fear to come and ask you guys out because somebody might be interested in you and they say, oh, she finished university, the parent will ask for 500 cows and above and all that. So it play two cards at the same time. For example, for you girl, you might be at certain age that you need to create a family, but the man that want to propose to you or is interested in you is fearing that because of you are highly educated, he will be overcharged on bride price, which in fact, mostly in Dinka, even if you are not educated, is a must. Somebody have to be overcharged. Especially right now with economic crisis, a lot of people are getting overcharged. And that one will affect your life, or it would affect your personal development because you will be stressed because you are in a certain age that you need to start a family. That's one. You will have a pressure at the community and with your parent. They will be like, why are you not getting married? Because most of the parents, they don't want you to date, but at the same time, they want you to get married. They have that mixed behavior. So they will be like, the pressure will grow on you. They will be, oh, why is so and so is not getting married? And all of our age mates are already out of the market and so on. But they don't know that your own personal development have affected your marital status, you know. So you will stay, like how I put it before, that she married at certain age, in which she exaggerated, but in fact, it is affecting most of educated ladies. Some of the ladies will even have their own test. They can put it like that. Some of the girls, they will stay because they have certain tests and they have not get it in the market. They will say, oh, I have this expectation. This is the man of my dream. I want this and this certain qualities from that person. But you cannot get those qualities. That thing, your aim or your own imagination of the man you want, you can't get it. And that one, you will turn down those who come to you because they don't meet your needs or your expectation of the man of your dream. And you will overstay, and it will affect your dream of having a family earlier. Another thing too, on our mental state, like right now, especially has the Dinkas in diaspora, we have a lot of challenges that are affecting our personal development. Because, like for example, how my brother said before, that you might dream of having 1 million in end of the year, but you cannot get it. Why? It's not because you are not determined to do it, but it's because somebody is financially investing on you, you know. And she comment like that. So, like for example, like you might be dream, because all of us, our first dream or our past development is to grow financially. That's number one in everybody's objectives. We have that one. Everybody want to grow financially first. But for us, we have a lot of challenges that cannot allow us to grow financially. Because if you start growing, you have families that are depending on you. So your financial growth will always be there low. It will not go to that extent that you want it to be. But before, you put a very good point that you need to identify yourself. You need to realize yourself, your capabilities. Yes, we can do that. But how do we go with it? It's like nothing. Like right now, each and every one of us has that realization. You realize, you know your needs, you know what you want, you know your future plans. But because of too many challenges, they cannot work. Somebody will look at you like you are somebody who have not realized yourself, you have not identified yourself. But it's not because you have not identified yourself, it's because of the challenges you are facing. For example, you might be the only breadwinner in entire family of more than 50 people, because we all have those extended families. Most of us have big families, but you might end up as a sole provider of that family. And if you are a sole provider of that family, it will affect all your personal development. You see, it will affect your finance, it will affect your mental health, and it will affect your body, your physical development too. Because if you are because you overwork yourself, you can't get time to rest. So most of us, especially for us girls, you will start having wrinkles. You will age earlier than you're supposed to be. And that is part of that is the challenges to your personal development, because you will have low self-esteem when you look at yourself in the mirror. You'll be like, oh my God, is this me? Oh, and here is shining, and we are age mate. You see, it will affect you. You will be depressed on your look, but it's not your fault. And that's why I said before, it's good to grow yourself, to take things the way it is, because this is what have happened to you. Accept yourself that this is my life. Don't question yourself, because if you start questioning yourself, you will lose yourself in the middle of it, and life will move on without you. So for me, I can say, if there's a need that we can take self-control and live our life with those criticism, because human needs are uncertified. Human needs are uncertified, and life is a learning curve. So we need to embrace ourselves as current generation in diaspora, for us to at least achieve 50% of our self-development, we need to accept the fact that life must move on. And if life must move on, you need to let go. If Yar is shining today and you're having wrinkle, you don't know. Maybe Yar is just taking care of 2 people and you're taking care of 50 people. How will somebody manage? For example, me and Akwal, I'm having 6 children, Akwal is having 2. So Akwal will have plenty of time than me. We can't compare ourselves. And that comparison is what is killing us, people in diaspora. And that's why most of the people, and that's why before I said I can put it as holistic development is important because it's general. It generalizes all this topic. Because whole of your life as a person is defined by holistic. And we need to accept things the way it is. So that's what I can contribute because time is running out. But it's a big thing. I'm a talkative person and I like explaining my thing point by point. And if I start explaining each and every point, we will sleep here forever. So that's all I could say about that. Let's take life the way it is. Leave comparison if you need to devolve. Don't say Akwal is doing this one and I'm not doing this one. We are not wearing the same shoes. And that's why we have 5 fingers and they are not of the same height. Just take example of your hands. That's all I could say. Thank you.
Could you take it away? I can be there. Yara, I think you say it all.
Yeah, we don't wear the same shoes. Our fingers are not the same. Like from here up to this side, they're not the same, and that's really true. Instead of comparing myself with Akwal, hey, Akwal is now in Canada. I'm in Rwanda. Why don't I go to Rwanda? People in Canada are enjoying. No, I don't like Canada because it is really cold. I can't stand that. Like it's just something that I can put it on. Yeah. Thank you, Yar, for opening our eyes on that. What I just want to say, I have 2 things: one on relationship, and one on what we call running the day. They say that if you can't run the day will run you, and that's where I think someone called Liz, right? She talked about to-do list, right? To-do list, we have different. Like I'm talking from a student perspective, and those who are also working, right? Before you sleep, like before I go to bed later, right? I have to open my to-do list. What am I supposed to do early in the morning, the whole of tomorrow, right? I have to put them down in terms of academic, in terms of which book am I supposed to read, who am I supposed to talk to. Even this show was on my to-do list, right? So I have to make sure that at 7:30 I'm in my house, right? So where am I supposed to go to? What time am I supposed to eat? Yeah, I think at least running the day on that, right? In terms of work, what am I supposed to be doing, right? Who am I supposed to talk to at the work? I think when you have all those things accordingly, I think you could be able to run the day. But if you don't have that, the day will actually run you, right? So, and that's really important for us to make good use of the tools that allowed us to work effectively. As a student, it's really working well for me. Serving in different roles and also like trying to pursue life in different ways. To-do list is really important. And that's what I can say on that. So before you go to bed later, Alakir or Anon, make sure if you don't use to-do list, and also let me say Thomas, if you don't use to-do list, download it and make good use of it so that you cannot be jumping out of your day, right? So yeah, coming to relationship. I'm not married, right? Though I'm dating, yes. But here is the point about relationship. Sometimes we have taken it in different ways. And that's where self-improvement comes in. If you have improved as a person, you could be able to really understand who you are, what do you want, and who do you want to be associating with? Who do you want to share your life with, right? And that's the most important thing that we have to take in life. For example, most days, your girlfriend is not in university, and you are in university. You have a lot of assignment, and you have a lot of things to work on. You have presentation coming up, and maybe you are doing internship somewhere, and you'll spend the whole day without calling her, and she will be like, okay, you don't want to call me again, who are you talking to, and all those things, right? And likewise to girls who are like people who are, especially ladies who are pursuing careers, right? Your man will be like, why not calling me the whole day, what is the problem, all this and all that, right? So stressing you the whole day. And that's why I said before that it is really good to understand what do you want and what are you lacking in your life, so that you could be able like to get there. So it is really good for us to associate with ourselves with the people, or share our life with the people that can really enrich us, right? Instead of people who will give us depression, right? I will not be able like to date with someone who is giving me stress in and out, right? And so I have to change someone who will really understand my life, and the person that I could be able like to use the skills I have to empower him, to empower her. Let me say that, to empower her. If it is a friend, I have to make sure that I make good use of friends. Like I create friendship that can benefit me, not only financially, that's not where we have to base our points on, but also professionally. How can I really benefit from this friend of mine, right? And how can I also support them, right? That's the most important thing, and that's where self-improvement comes in. It really comes in around people you develop, surround yourself with, and those are the people that define who you can be and who you will be, right? And so it is really important. So identifying the people that we can share our life with is really important. So don't date with a man who cannot value what you are doing and cannot support you with what we are doing. So, you, for example, Anon, you have been up the whole day. You are doing computer coding and all those things. You have come when you are really really stressed. Instead of coming to really come and support you emotionally, he came and blame you. Why not calling me and all that? Why don't you have a man that when he calls and you tell you tell him your problems, he could be able like, to listen to you and being able like to give you emotional support that you need as a student, and that's the most important thing that we need, and that's where the point of self-improvement comes in. So you need to really improve on people you share your life with. That's the most important thing. So that's what I can say on that. You need a supportive boyfriend, and also need a supportive girlfriend, and also don't be someone who really takes things from people. Be also a giver, right? As you are getting, make sure that you also support people, right? And that's the most important thing. And on, if you build your boyfriend to understand things and to also support him so that he could be the person that you need. You don't need additional boyfriend so that you could be able to compare them, and to get what you want, right? And likewise to me, I need to really to stick to my girlfriend, support her with whatever I think I want her to be, improve her. Those are the most important things, and that's where self-improvement comes in. So you have to improve relation-wise, and that's where social being comes in. So that's what I can say. So let's at least try to date people that can support us emotionally and mentally. Let me say that, right? And through our careers. So that's what I can say. Thank you.
No, I turbato ba tautin ba da la gute dor ka lor ku ban no no ne mention the no no korma kolor but dor ka kolor. Relationship thing need to unpack.
Okay. Wow, wow, wow. Aquarenka on your this talk show is really amazing. People are going to learn here, right? Hey, it's really amazing, by the way.
Absolutely.
And that's why this is what they call supportive community. Chiquita ping a call a ping me. What? Okay, for those that understand English, what you learn today, you can also teach other people sometime, and you also learn from each other. Okay, I want to just talk briefly about dowry. Okay, like you said, then our community when you're married with Monica, you be like, yeah, but sis need to know that even if the 300 cows, you will get you will not even get single coin out of that dowry. It is none of your business. You will not get anything. You are going to start your family afresh, okay? So just something been show you are going to begin your life afresh, or even if you like God came in the did. So I think to think like let me say that when we talk about women financial freedom or women empowerment, this thing is connected with today in our time is connected with money. For you to be financially free, it really mean a lot. When I go actually in community today, na you know kala randi di na yipar kwa mara che lwel no ka che ke lwel yile. Can you know? And when you bring the money will solve everything will solve it. So let me say, that's why as a woman, okay, the fact remains that in this current life we are here today, when we talk about gender-based violence, mostly they hit on a woman hit badly. Even to do woman, yes, I know, though, those that are, there are laws that are protecting, but it's still hit. But do you know why I say like that? Chimane, I man with him rule me the code. Yes. When they need to go, let him out, men to dog. You need to go for what? You rule me the call. Mula bemba work up and well. Kakui, Jira and she are grown up person mentally, spiritually, physically, everything. Keber had it, cannot manage it. And a lot of things can happen. So as a lady, how do we really overcome that? Okay, for us in Africa here, for those who have their mothers, your mother can take care of your child. Chala lima adu kuno kunta kino kano ko kun ko nyinu tabai. Cause when you are strong or you are financially strong, kano ko kun ko reckon in that you help them and they will also help you in another way. So that's why that financial aspect as a girl or woman there is very very important because it means peace of your mind. Even for those that let me say, when you are financially strong or you are okay, even if someone want to leave you can survive and live on your own. Yes. And I think a lot of things happen. Now, like if I leave you, like you'll not be able to survive, or you be a bankrupt. Your life is stressed up. You can be mistreated in a relationship or in something you are in, but you cannot live because without them you cannot live well, and your mind will be destroyed and everything. Yeah, that's why like having your personal development as a girl, and that's why we have this platform is for us. This is a supportive platform for all of us. There. So we need to be in that environment whereby we are supported in everything. And to support ourselves, like we really need to develop ourselves in all the areas. When it comes to career, yes, we need to develop our careers and yes, has that anything that we want in our life, kiyuku. And also this life, I know kajiro loy at some point. Tell you need to abandon man, when your parents are providing everything, there are some point you feel like even you are left alone and you have to handle everything alone, right? And these days, even though you are strong like what and you are broke, into disabled. Honestly, you disabled because you can get sick. Like now, coming today, many people they call me many people are dying of the sickness that they can treat. Yes, many people are dying of the sickness they can treat, but because and sometimes a lot of things happen in Malaysia and back in the but they happen in our community. You can have your husband, yes, he's strong, he's financial, okay, but he may have other wives that will need his support. Yes, he's going to marry them and you'll be left out. And when you're financially strong, you can do your own thing, and you will avoid a lot of conditions that would affect your life. So as a girl there, this is our community, and I know with time it will grow and to be really supportive community whereby we are going to hear out our voice and talk well. But actually, like it has changed. Our goal than no longer getting married to a rich man, but developing yourself mentally, socially, everything like your own. Cause there are some condition in this life being get to me, you like do to get around to me in. So it is really very important. And as we have this platform to always discuss this thing, yeah, it is really very important because the world we are in right now, it is a world of a mind. There's nothing like a man physically or woman physically. people are fighting through their mind, and everyone need freedom, everyone need that good thing, everyone need that nice car, everyone need that nice house. Kwachira ante belwe yin kiche yin that is standing on it. That's what I can say here.
No, no, ni chira mute kada ya the thing bala kilo. I want still one over time, but we baga file baga general thought phone call before we can come to you turn message ko buku show here. Kana chi belo tria
Oh,
we what we for and one part two belo. But yeah, take it away.
right. Thank you very much. It's become interesting actually, and it's thought provoking because when I try to sit down and to evaluate myself, I fall a victim at some point. But because when someone asks a question, when I think, how could you reconcile waiting time and the man of your dreams? Yeah, I don't know. I need to hear like in the comment section. But it's actually hard and it's subjective. I'll let you know. Maybe I'll let you know. It depends. Okay, let me say it's subjective in a sense that the way I manage everything is not the way you expect me to answer. And using my perspective is that, me personally, I'm not married. Okay, I'm a student, and yeah, after my career one next, I have to get a man for myself. Yeah, it's obvious because you go by a reverend sister. A reverend sister, I think maybe I chicken and then they go the convent and stay there. But I need to get a man for myself. And one thing, the reason as to why I'm pursuing my career is that I don't want to be that person by a burden to someone. Is what I don't like. Because the more you become burden, can you define a problematic, even if you're that what you consider. So it's like for you, like not to be a burden is and you need to maybe have something. By the time you're in, I don't want to talk about the dowry bigger child because the community I came from is another community where they say, well, the guy for charm, but is that our business? The question can be, who you're earning an errand, maybe anti 100 cows, you're earning a, will I be a burden to him? Or instead, like, I will double 100 cows, that's the question I can ask myself. So it's like me, I'm not badly off with ages. I can believe by the OBA. But the man of my dream is someone maybe I only and me I'm aiming higher. I'm not getting someone who's like me. So I have a bachelor degree, yeah, but I need to get someone who has masters. You get so it's like I'm old, yeah, but I need to maybe like I'll sit down and see what do I need in a man. Because sometimes yeah, what could you put? We need people who are innovative, people who have brains. Because without brain, bro, I don't think things will be okay. So you need to first have brain. If you have brain, yeah, is a guarantee. The second thing is that we don't need people who are very poor. Poverty is not something to be discussed, but we don't want you to be very poor. Yeah, you mature person, like you have 25 all along. Like what have you been doing here? And yeah, that's a question. So it simply means that you are lazy and you don't have something in mind. So it's like you need to be innovative. Being innovative means there are some of the signs that can really show that you know brain, and with time things will get better. Though you don't have that much, but with time, everything will be okay. So it's like my dream man. I can't really describe, but the waiter and the dream man is like the one hand in hand. It depends. It's subjective. Someone will say I need a very rich man. So I can then Keke, maybe you have to wait for him. And I told Kwaji, it's okay that you get a very rich man because it's something that you want. Yeah. So, so some of us, that question is subjective. And uh, for the waiting time, where do you work? I don't know why. You guys, where do you work? It's like,
Yeah,
I told
pura
me,
mo yung can corrupt self develop kayo because if you
yeah,
want self develop you nyan corrupt self develop no no ni ngadi ya kiri bulan no sorry to interrupt continue very interesting.
it's fine. So I very hard to work. And when I tried like Baratinho, they say that man, they can this feminism thing. ele man dika yeka abo maybe I nyan very smart ka lela chikuri, you know, right? I really ran because I really mana dig like yes, you are structured to maybe to be like what you structure back then that's strength. But then mentally, I think you could be up smarter than you, but it doesn't necessarily mean the body in. As long as you go in that time, as long as maybe her characters is like she has what you want in her. Why not go for her? You shouldn't fear because the more we have like a preconceived mindset towards something, it's obvious that it will happen because now Bobby yeah, I will assume maybe you're not strong because a mere person being you know how now maybe life challenging. Yeah, things will go viral. So it's like if if you want to come to me and you're like, hey, GDP, you know, it's like in our community, most of the time saying GDP, I don't like a doll. Will I like a doll? It's like, are you, they feel so big and it's not a hot thing. And to man, around go around. So the thing is, there are some of the women who are very smart, but they don't show their smartness. Why? Because they need to be in harmony with their wives. They need to be like harmony with everyone in their family. So you need to maybe yeah. It's like me. I can be submissive. I can be submissive because as a woman, you need to be submissive. And there are some of the things like maybe as a woman, if a man, maybe if you have a project, maybe, and then some of them maybe give back like activities for back and maybe yeah, cover involved. You can sit down. Some of the things I can bring on the table and you guys should maybe debate. And that's the importance of a woman who is mental, like who is personally developed because if she's mentally developed, like she's just self-aware, she's informed so kita bai on the table present again like everything you piano first of all like maybe impact like carbon carry out how impactful is it like who are the stakeholders who are the affected people and in the long run how those are the question but then if you present something on the table and be like hey I paid getting you're getting it's like everything has to be debated and you guys shouldn't be educated girls because like they are mentally developed like they are informed actually they know what's happening in the outside world more than maybe in when I co-working and they have to like I don't know can I just work out humaning and like yeah, those are the kind of things. So bro, it's like when you want to apply I'm dating more, you shouldn't come into my DM and if you like well someone like to
I
everyone
tell you,
outside there
you that you can't call Philip.
it's like so like yeah wherever you are outside there my advice is that yeah look for someone who is smart because a mind with brain is never poor. That's the thing. Thank you very much.
No,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
thank you. Korean Milana Ranchilwell Kura Kor, you know, you know, young for this deep conversation. But Yara, language Kor who came made, so Kura very quick. Take it away.
yeah. Thank you, Yar, for not believing what I will say. Right, but I will say what I know and what I can. Right. Yeah. Karine Jalwelin Anon. Some men, most of us. One of the things that I see, uh, we fear you guys. One of the things is fear of rejection. Right. The fear of rejection is like, let me say, in masters in IT, and I just completed my uh, bachelor's in entrepreneurship and something like that, or business. Right. In terms of education, you have high value than me. Right. So basically, you have a lot of expectation. Right. So in terms of education as well. So checking my background, I'm someone who just graduated from university, having bachelor's and all those things. I will fear rejection from there. Right. So and that's one of the most important thing that's one of the things that we really consider the most. Right. So can I be rejected? Those are the things that we have to evaluate first. Can I be rejected? I have to evaluate myself before I take a move. Right. Also, we have some kind of misunderstanding feminism or independence because some men may misunderstand what independence mean for a woman, right? Instead of seeing it as like strength, some of them they interpret it as um, being too strong, intimidating, or maybe unapproachable, right? So we always try to are you misdefine in that way. So are you mean that if I, like you said before, if you marry someone who is richer than you, a woman that is richer than you, more educated than you might seem she will be too strong and too intimidating in that sense, and maybe too approachable in some kind of decisions, right? We also have what we call, I can say, social pressure, right, or societal pressure or judgment, right? So we are being, we can be taken in a different context, right? And when you try to do that, like some people, some men will like, ah man, madul. Let me say madul in the chat or chan. They might say, ah man, abila right, error you just right, right? And so and that thing really give us like the how can I do this? Oh, manabala chanbala embarrassed. Why should I go there, right? So we most of the thing here we fear rejection, but again, and I cannot fear what I want. All right. But again, here is come to the point where what do I want as a person? All right. If I say that I need a known to be my girlfriend, I have to reflect on myself. What are the qualities that a known might like? All right. What are the things that, because you attract the person that who align with who you are, right? Because if you're a high value person, you attract high value a woman. If you're a high value woman, you attract a high value man. Those things stand like that. So I think and kunaya high value person, I cannot go and date with a girl who is in primary school, right? Girl who is in high school. You see that? So if I consider my value as a person, I have to make sure that I go for a high value woman, right? So even if I low masters and I think I'm also doing masters, I have to go for it, right? And kunaya again, okay, she's doing masters and I'm still in bachelor's. How can I really frame my standard? Like, how can I put my standard to match her standard, right? Because education will not be the only criteria that she will judge me. There's a lot of criteria that she will judge me, right? So I have to make good use of those. For example, I'm not a leader and I'm a leader. I stand in front of 1,000 people. I control people. I influence people. She will take that and say, hey, when the car be happened, so at least how long? You see that? So it's all about we. Ngadi diar certain diar one chil rochwara arur one quick korka. So if I know what I want and I say that I need a strong woman because there is something that there is a vision that I've set for myself, right? Which means I need a strong woman who could be able to support me in term educational wise, right? Okay, I'm president of South Sudan. And you go to Yan when to high school, right? And got one thing when you took nong degrees anong when anong ichong anong ichong anong bachelors anong papers that I need. In terms of business, maybe I did not do business, right? I need someone who is good in business. Currently, I'm doing business and also leadership, so which means the career I'm tech, right? So that can really help me in that kind of area. So the point here is that is in what and what I want to achieve, right? So that's the most important thing. And being thing is strong, being attracted, right? You cannot attract a high value woman if you are not a high value person. So build that before you go for that. So when I cannot go for PhD and I did not reach that. Come on, things are hard, right? So I have to make sure that I build some criteria, right? And the same thing, so there is no problem on that, right? But the most important thing before right? So so the point again. So how I can respond to it. But yeah, first know your value as a man so that you could be able to go for a high value woman, right? And so that you can also have less fear of rejection. So but yeah, thank you guys.
No, before when I like people are like you go to it and they chat like you to go in you charge you back for little bit in the lawyer and when I Okay, but I find the women don't like polygamous men, so I don't know, Nyan, we just we win to your heart. But Kati already now very important point. Okay, very important point, and other kid will build on them. And maybe before I can add my son, I'll kid con well.
Um, yeah, it's I don't know the answer. However, I have done scientific experiments, and I'll give you my observations and findings in this space of dating. Um, in ya kukor, if you want rich man, the man of your standard, all that, that is ideal. The reality is very disappointing. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's very disappointing. What I mean by that is, adding that high standard, you multiply it by a number, and you think your ideal man is going to be in that number. But we know we are all human. We have flaws that we hide. So I call rich man, and you don't find the rich man and the ideal man. Be that rich man, okay? Be the rich man and date your driver. It's that easy. Pick any man and date them because he can, the man you want can you. Because, yeah, I've been disappointed. But on the other hand, the men are enemies to themselves because if you tell me you are intimidated by a woman and you have access to her, you can pick up your phone and call her. You know opportunity. If you're not using that opportunity, that is your problem. Because not single woman will let with telephone they think about it. They are thinking about it, but you're not taking advantage. And this is what I mean. Nachaya personal who is self-developed. You want to showcase that India self-developed. We'll go back to your to-do list, Kur. In a to-do list, now lateral you want to do A, B, C, D, E. Dating is the same. It's an art. You want to do A, B, C, D. Every opportunity is for you to improve yourself. I know my sisters will share on this, but you guys are going on a date with absolutely no plan right there. Failure. What do you mean you law on a date and you haven't brought flowers? Are we friends? Because for me, now look on it. We hang out, invite me. Okay, Lucky, let's go. Go to this nice restaurant. You come, you pick me up. There's no flowers. We go to the restaurant. The ritual of dating, Akira Loy. We are just hanging out. In my book, it is not a date. You call me every day to talk about life and stuff, and you haven't explicitly expressed that yin korbalui date. In my book, we are friends. So in korba that boundary, boundary cross to the other side, so that you can be recognized. Okay, this person any romantic interest, and they have proven it through A, B, C, D, E, right? Achiben, Achidate, Achikulo organized. They've put in an effort into what the date should look like. They have actually remembered little things that we talk about, and then now Christmas time is coming up. And this is the time where in dating culture, you buy each other gift. The kind of gift or lack of gift will show, oh, so and so is just a friend, they just want to chat. The girl will not consider you a date. And that is the reality, my brothers. Be very explicit and understand the ritual of dating. Whatever dating, seduction, whatever it will work to your advantage. Nira Kajia, I will say, and they were very smooth. Some of them are tricks. Actually, are your ideal man, but they will show up and blow you off your feet. Like you will fall in love. I want to caution them that it's easy to spot when a guy is being transactional. When they start demanding, and then immediately after you say no, they start treating you differently. Very noticeable. Any person can tell. For example, say your boyfriend invited you to come hang out at his place. Somehow they didn't get what they want. Did they get you Uber Badupa? If they didn't, transaction right there. I actually invest in your future, and you can weed them out. Yeah. So Balwelana intimidated by a woman that you have a phone number you can call, you can text them. It is not an excuse. Every opportunity in Jam Keneke is for you to prove yourself. And Nira Chikatia Koi who are of lesser standard in education in terms of money, simply because they have shown leadership in relationship. And leadership looks like how do you plan your life? How do you what is the plan of this relationship? At the end of this relationship, what do you see as being? Now, Barpin Bibenpo and Kaira until college, you easily spot bullshit from a mile away. Then what Ben and Nongin Kakor we play around, of course we'll shut it down because it shows. Um, most of the time you think you're smooth, you think you're smart, but the girls they see through it. So be authentic, be yourself, state your intention, and shoot your shot. You missed the 100% of shots you did not shoot. So that's my advice now than dating. It might not work. It might work. People are watch so pick whatever you think will work. Yeah, thanks a lot.
No, yeah, before we can come, thank you so much, those who are in the chat. I just want to say, if you find this conversation intriguing, please share it with others and let them get inspired too, like you are, so that next time they can join conversation like this. At the U10, our goal is to empower our young girls, our young men, our community, and our society for the better. And we do it for free. The only reward we get is you liking it, commenting, sharing, and following the page. And that is the only reward we get. We feel good that we are doing something meaningful, something impactful. That is how we know in our salary on this platform. So thank you so much. Welcome on the stage, Alakir, and known Dorcas and Kur for actually enlightening discussion. And no Kurera and Tokoya Chupa number. And get the only platform where they are doing very well platform then. We our number man, but other forum why our number. So we take this as a pride, but we also want to get more voices, young men to be part of this platform. And if you are interested, Thomas, you want to be part of this conversation, please reach out and we will get you to this conversation. We have weekly shows now. In the past, we had bi-weekly, but people love this and they want us to be on live every day. But we are weekly, just to give people time and space to process the information that Gam put in. Back to the topic of development and what we think in the next 15 minutes. I just want to highlight this conversation. Where you know to bear loaded answer. You know, men in our community and the value near when to develop. You know, we are talking about personal development, but it can come at a cost, and that's why we are having this. And the cost that come with it, when you broad develop mentally, spiritually, intellectually, financially, all these developments, socially, they become intimidating. Can it's your brother cool? And the idea of women being holistically empowered, can a threat to the fabric of society everywhere, because you know you cannot control and there is this some men in our society are fighting for dominance, which it's a value thing. I want when they are dominating, but I don't want to dominate, because we are a team. We need to go together and conquer the world or a team. But if a man want to come in my life and be dominate, but or good. And the way yen rap manifest in our society, for example, is in the baraja empower masters, PhD degree in established, and they take me two cows and people the educated can tell us school that are still developing themselves take a high value, right? For example, you are very popular in our community. Sorry to mention this is not I'm mentioning with utmost respect. I love this culture in our community, but I know you take a Tirke one and they paid so much for them. They are still on the journey of developing themselves. But I don't go when children develop like a and no one wants them. So what is the point when and that one is discouraging among self-development, the topic of today, or personal development among young girl, if the development is rewarded. Because if natural develop, like you cannot develop, you have everything, you have what it offers. What you need is someone being elevate, right? With that power, all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the experience you have, because because unleashed to the world, and you will see great things. So what we are doing today is that we are advocating for self-development for young men and women, and especially for men too, because a man can achieve, a man who is of high value will value women of high value. And so we develop ourselves equally, right? Where men are empowered, where women are empowered, we will not see each other as competition, but we will see each other as people who are, set to unleash our power to the world, right? We're not just competing in a house, we are competing with the world. We are competing with aliens caught outside the world because we don't know when very global health, very attacked by aliens, and we need people that have capacity to withstand those uncertainties, and empowered women, empowered men can do that. And so before I can have the last question, because what is jam a lot, 1 or 2 hours, I would have loved to talk more, but what Bella Ben another round, because this is a continuous conversation. I want to give this platform back to you. We got on the show to say what is your U-turn message to people that are watching on this topic of development, self-development, personal development, and self-care in relation to even our ourselves, our community, and our country, and even the whole world. People that are listening here, what message can they take away? But before that, I need to check the chat if someone want to say something before Benin, whether I will. If not, Kirano, any urgent, then I'll go with this order. So rani to jam until yala kir. So ba gol dorcas the U-turn message below, very brief, short, and to the point advice. And then after dorcas ke unknown, after unknown ke kur, after kur kala kir, and then abu ya. So Dorcas, take it away, and we're copying on the chat. Continue to share your U-turn message there. What do you want our community to learn moving forward on how to value self-development, how to develop themselves and value the people that are doing the self-development?
Okay, thank you, Uncle, for giving me this another opportunity to say my last uternal advice. Okay, this really a huge topic, and for us to bring this topic, it can really take a time, because thing to do with your personal self or personal development really mean a lot in our life, because like in whatever thing we do, when you don't believe in yourself or you don't start doing things by yourself, then others follow you. It's really very hard, because if you find me now sitting, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do. You cannot really tell me I did do this thing, because you don't know what I love, you don't know what I'm interested in, you don't know what I really like, and all those things. So it is really one of the main important things, and that's why I said before. First, you need to know what you really like and your passion. Then, after you have known, then you will now know where to go, right? To get the support and to do all the things that will lead you to what you want and what you are interested in. So, my last advice that I can say this thing: first, work at yourself, right? Know your worth. Like do the awareness about yourself. Like, okay, if you cannot know, you can ask the friend, people that you are with, like what are you good at, and as you always converse and talk with them, like what do they see that you love and you can do well. Let me say, if we come to school, that one day is a sure deal, because in school the subject that you are weak at and the subject that you are really strong at, right? And you focus on your weakness to balance your life and reach what you want or reach your goal. So as a woman, like, let me say, this topic will really mainly about women growth and development, right? Peter has said before that in this life there are classes, right? There are classes. Let me say, even when it comes to financial freedom, their classes. That's why we have low class, middle class, and what and higher class. And you never see someone from middle class, right? Let me say higher class coming to lower class. It's really hard. But it's you to work for yourself to be in that class, right? And you always attract the people of your class. That's it. That's it. It's just an automatic thing like that. Because how you get them, right? You go, like, let me say, uh, like there are where people always gather, right? Let me say, man on there, people gather in activities like, let me say, marriage and all those things. But right now, in the community we are in, you can meet in the school, right? Because you are of the same class. You're in school. You can meet in university. You can meet in a place whereby in the community where people gather and discussing, like we are here now. We are here because we have the same point and we have the same way we build things. So you always get someone that is having the same mindset as you, someone that is having the same passion as you. That's why I said before, you should, like, having a supportive community is really an amazing thing. So and also having the mindset, like a growth mindset, like to be, like, let me say, always being adaptable and knowing that everything that you do is for your own self and for your own growth. So in whatever thing you do, right, commit yourself and having the growth mindset and adaptability. Yeah, so those are really important things, because when we discuss these things, yes, we discuss them, but when you sit down as a personally, to sit down and implement those things is really hard. But when you have growth mindset, no matter what, and you need to achieve it, and you need to be in that place or where you are. So, like I could say before, someone can say, I need millions at the end of the year, but you don't know how you can do it, right? But getting a supportive community that of those that are making money, and you need to be like them, you learn from them, you get the advice from them, and that's how you go on. And in school, in the subject that you are weak, right, you go to those that can do it better. So the thing here is that as we are going to develop ourselves mentally, feed your mind with the current information, and you update your mind with the new topics and the new subject in your career or in something that you love. And socially, like, have network, have group of friends, have people that you talk with, have the community that can support you if you, like, if you are having depression or what. Yeah, that's it. So it really mean a lot, yes. And at last, we need a supportive community that is having the same value and the same mission. And the main important thing that is to know who we are, right? Like, what do I like, and what peers like, which kind of activity, when I see them, like, they really devalue me, or they really make me lose my focus and all those things. Those negative things, these are the things that we always need to put aside, and how we deal with them, because when we don't deal with them, they can really distract us. So as the, let me say before, like someone said before, that girl fear educated girl. Those who fear educated girl, those are the one who are not educated, and those are the one who don't know the meaning of educated girl. Full stop. And you have nothing to do with them, honestly, because they will be in their line. They will be with the girl that they think are good for them, and you'll be someone who will understand you with the knowledge that you have. Yes, and that's it. So in this life, it is you. It's up to you to be in the life or the class that you are in, and you always get someone that is having the same values and mindset and how you build things, because even if we do what in this talk show and talk, we can never change some people mind or to push them, but it is them, it is a work, it is my self improvement alone, and it is me to do it. And when we talk about women empowerment, right? You can never empower yourself, or some people can never believe in you when you don't start doing things on your own, right? So you do things on your own, and you focus on your self improvement. Then when you improve yourself, you get yourself at the level of the people that are having the same values as you. So that's what I can say. Put more focus on yourself, and be like, have the community that is having the same value with you, and everything will be fine, because you will be in line together. And yes, everyone in this life has take for the support, because you cannot do it alone. No matter what, you cannot do it alone. you need someone to help you and push you to do it. So that's the main point that we need to know here. See what you are good at and go to the community that you will be supported in, the community or the people that are doing the same thing. Take support from someone who knows it better than you, and that's it. That's what I can say.
No, thank you for your U-turn message. Non, invite Yen Chan to share your U-turn message, make it precise to the point, and yeah,
Sure,
thank you
okay.
for saying the U-turn messages in the chat. Thank you, Thomas. Great call to action there.
All right. First of all, I would like to give a vote of thanks to Aqua and your team. It's actually a good initiative because like most of you are females, and when I see females like taking part in most of thought-provoking activities, like it energizes those ones who are outside and those ones who are struggling as well. So I may say keep it up, and I hope to work with you as well with as a team. So my U-turn message to viewers wherever you are is like, yeah, there's nothing beyond our limit, and it's like the more we set, like the more goals we set, we work towards them, we can reach them, of course, because it's something that maybe a tutor. So yeah, sometimes life can be overwhelming, yeah, but then you can take a small and intentional step like that will maybe improve yourself. That will improve you rather. So it's like I will just cite them. So you have to start with where you are. You have to focus on progress, not perfection. Because like perfection sometimes can be so intimidating. And it's like when something has already intimidated you, you don't become effective. Like only being hindered from maybe going extra miles or going ahead. So just focus on small progress and don't focus on perfection because perfection is something that won't help in the long run. The second thing is like we have to surround ourselves with people who uplift us, who at least want the best versions of ourselves, but not people who will say maybe you look so dark, you need to bleach, you need to put this, it's kind why are you not braiding? You need to braid, and we go for party and whatever thing. No, but then it's like when you say young and they'll be like, oh, how will we go about it? Then you sit down and see a way forward. It means that quietly they want the best out of you, and that will only be in Korea. That down to our social life because the more we surround ourselves with people who want the best out of us, the more developed we become. And I may say, it's like Cuman da jin yale mana din, there are some of the challenges that will hinder from maybe buku ya personal develop. But then it's like what is actually understandable because we can be pulled back. There are challenges wherever. So when we are like when something pulls us back, we can pause, like and reflect, remind yourself of like why you have started. Growth is a journey, it's not a destination. So that's all I can say. And thank you very much.
Yeah, I think I'll just jump in because that was my time. Thank you guys for the nice words, and thanks to those who are also sharing in the comment section. Um, uh, my U-turn message is that we know life is a journey, and you are the person who is on the road. And let's take the example of a car. A car is the person you control it until you reach your destination. So, and when you sleep while driving, definitely you'll cause an accident or to overlift and you will die. And so it means the life cannot control us. We are the one who can control the life. But how can we make sure that we control it? Is by setting a vision and work toward that vision. And that vision will come every day when you wake up. You could be able like to work toward it. And for example, I have something that I've written on my door. Before I wake up, I look into it and then remind myself of who I want to be and what I want to do. Right? And so that will push me every day. So set up a vision and try to work toward it every day and learn new things because life is a journey. We have to really embrace the spirit of learning. So, and that's what we call life. So don't say that pira chirkura kura man rawel abraba welen. It will not turn to your side when you don't work toward it. So in order for it to turn to your side, make sure that you work toward it so that chanangora well, right? And that's what I can say on that. And those people who always watch football, it is really hard chango kura golo when you are playing with other team. So when you play with other team, you could be able to struggle to get the ball. And when you get the ball, you struggle hard to score the goal. And that goal is what we are aiming for in life. So when we have a chance to wake up every morning, it is a chance. And that's the chance that Chenigam Kura, Chanangopon. So in order for you to achieve that, make sure that Balwe play in a good way so that Chibibar and so that Chikokok Babylon, right? So that's what I can say. And so if you want to become like Bill Gates, get yourself your Melinda Gates. If you want to become like Obama, get yourself your Mitchell. That's what I can say on that. But yeah, thank you guys. Have a good night.
It is wonderful, and I'm always energized after we have the U-Turn talk show. I'm very grateful to share space with brilliant minds from South Sudan living different areas of the world today. Also, I appreciate everyone that is in the comments contributing. Just a reminder that you really have no idea how you can change people's life. And I like thought if you're still watching, you're my hero. You changed my life in a way you cannot imagine. She taught me biology in Form 2, Kakuma Refugee Secondary School, and my life changed ever since then. So whether you turn it or not, just by living by your values, living your life, pursuing your goals, you can touch so many lives. So I would say for those who those who are watching, for those who are talking today, just be your best self, try to do your best, try to live your life the best you can, and you will touch many lives. I try to live by my grandfather's words. Whatever you do with your hand can satisfy all your desires. So that is all I know. That's all I've tried to rely on myself, and it works. And being solely relying on other people doesn't really satisfy all your desires. So yeah, Walukur, take it away.
No, thank you so much, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anon from Ghana. Thank you, Dorcas from Rwanda, and Kur and Alakir, Kur from Rwanda, Alakir from Vancouver, and all of you who are watching. My U-turn message, Kubashio Yati, is that Wechakalage. In case the first one, I thank all of you for partaking in this enlightening, important conversation about personal development. Because when we develop as individuals, by the round table, we develop our surrounding. And when our surrounding is developed, we live happily, peacefully, and impactfully. And that is very, very strong. So my U-turn message, second message, when it comes to this personal development, there are so many aspects. There is intellectual development, emotional development, social development, physical development, spiritual. There are so many areas of your life that you can develop to be fit, a productive person as an individual. But one very important thing in relationship, because you can develop yourself, but if you make a mistake, the wrong guy or wrong lady, but then in your life, everything will crash. So develop strong relationships. My U-turn message. It can be romantic relationship. It can be just intellectual relationship. It can be whatever professional relationship. Make it sure it's very strongly developed, because when you have great people in your life, you achieve great things, you impact great things. And that is the relationship that we are developing here on the U-Turn Talk Show. It is intellectual relationship where we are discussing ideas and issues that are affecting each of us and our community as a whole. And we want change to happen. We want the U-turn to happen. And so that is the meaning of our U-turn, a change. So may you go out today and make a U-turn in your life, in your social life, in your spiritual life, in your emotional life, and in your relationship. In a closing statement. And we also have U-turn gifts, inspirational gifts. For example, if you wish someone a financial U-turn, we sell wallets. And just a reminder, reminder, you wake up in the morning and you see your door because you're the first thing. Why you see your door and Kabila be alive. So that is a good place to put something because you need to work out the person, you need to go out, well, a long, short break, and you see inspiration, and it just set your mood and set your activities for the day. So that is same inspiration. I talk and work on the U-turn. So one Amazon gift shop where we give people inspirational tools. We have inspirational year planners. If you are a journal person who have your to-do list in your journal book, you get it there. You plan your life for the next 1 year. It's a very important tools that we sell. So those are some tools we give inspiration to keep all of us active and mental focus on our objective and achieve our personal development goals. So thank you so much. Thank you, Denmark. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you, Marcia. I cannot count all your name, but thank you all the audience that have really give this make this conversation very meaningful for us and very impactful. Share the message, and I'll put the link to our U-turn gift shop in the chat. If you want to check them out, you don't need to buy anything, but just know you can recommend someone who might need inspiration for Christmas or inspiration next year. If someone needs to have a U-turn in their life next year, they can be inspired by those items. So now it can work, and yeah, I will close the show. Thank you all, everyone, for this wonderful discussion. We are coming back next week to talk about relationships, and so it will be very interesting. So stay tuned. This will just give a tip, but it will get to the core next week. So come back.
Thank you.